Frisky Dingo, great username. He says Ohio State lacks true quarterback one play. He says that will be what prevents them from ultimately winning it all. Room full of good quarterbacks and young quarterbacks with a lot of potential, but no clear-cut guy. Again, this is his unpopular take in the college football space that he is willing to go to war for, and we appreciate you bringing it to the table, brother. I understand your thought process. I really do. Because you got some young bucks in there, right? And they're probably not starting for you. Like if Julian Sayin, as good as we've heard he's been behind closed doors, ends up starting football games for Ohio State at some point during the year, something's probably gone wrong. Aaron Nolan, same deal. Talented guys, Lincoln Keenholtz. Devin Brown, I've actually defended pretty publicly here for a little bit. I think he's got a lot of juice, just haven't seen him have a chance to really put it together yet. Got injured in the bowl game. Will Howard's your guy. He hasn't been named the starter. Ryan Day is not going to name the starter, I don't imagine, until August by nature of how he does things. Will Howard's your guy. That's my opinion. And I believe Will Howard is going to start at quarterback, and I think he's going to have more than enough to be successful for this football team. And let's kind of take a step back. Let's look at the numbers. Kyle McCord last year started at quarterback, led Ohio State to 11-1 record. His numbers were 24 touchdowns passing, 6 interceptions. Will Howard, a season ago, ran for 9 touchdowns, threw for the same amount of touchdowns, and had 10 interceptions. So he had 24 passing, 9 rushing, had 10 INTs. That factors in a really ugly game against Oklahoma State where he threw 3 interceptions, was much better during the last month of the season. The major caveat here, when you compare Will Howard and Kyle McCord, is Will Howard is going to have the best circumstances he's ever had playing quarterback at the collegiate ranks. And we said that about DJU yesterday, but I think it's absolutely true when you evaluate these guys. If that was good enough last year, more or less, what Will Howard brought to the table to get the same result as Ohio State had, going 11-1, losing to Michigan, it is what it is, then what happens when you drop him into a situation where he's got the best play caller he's ever had in Chip Kelly, that's going to be creative offensively, they're going to run the football because they got the best backfield, I believe, in America with Quinshon Judkins, Travian Henderson, best playmakers around him. Emeka Egbuka is a 1,000-yard receiver when he's healthy. Jeremiah Smith is something of like a legend already in Columbus, hasn't even played a real game yet. Best defense, I think you can make an argument, one of the best, if not the best defenses preseason in America. Bring back everybody from last year's unit. You'll be solid up front. You add in Caleb Downs, who was the best player in the transfer portal from Alabama. Like, they're going to be really, really good top to bottom, and that's only going to elevate Will Howard. Because you hear so much about, what quarterbacks don't do in specific places, but, like, I think the comp is extremely fair to say you could take a quarterback that had a similar level of play at another place with less talent around him, drop him into a more talented situation with a, again, better offensive setup, in my opinion, with Chip Kelly. Why can't he have more success? Why can't he elevate his play for what they're going to be in 2024? I see the correlation when you say Kyle McCord and Will Howard are similar players. They are, but they aren't, because Will Howard's played a lot more football. Will Howard's much more mobile, and I think that Will Howard is cut exactly right for this kind of situation. The reason why I disagree it's going to be what prevents them from winning a national championship is because I don't think they're going to ask Will Howard to be the lead actor in this movie. Now, he might play a strong supporting role. He might be that number 2 actor, but overall, man, make no mistake about it, the way that Ryan Day has evolved as a head coach, the way Ohio State has evolved as a team, they are now a defensive-led football team. And last year, if you got a little more juice offensively, who knows what happens if you have a better quarterback last season, but they are going to be a defensive-led football team going forward. And when we look at what teams have done to win national titles, that's kind of been a successful formula to go with. Like the last 3 starting quarterbacks, I understand that they have gotten a lot of praise, gotten a lot of accolades, but statistically, they haven't lit the world on fire. J.J. McCarthy, I love the guy. He's going to go be a top 5 draft pick, it sounds like, tomorrow night. 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Physical outfit, ran the football, played great defense. I know Ohio State fans don't want to hear the comp to Michigan, but that might be a lot closer to the formula this upcoming season. Not identical, but similar. The last 2 seasons before that, Stetson Bennett. Now, he was also a Heisman Trophy finalist in 2022. He played a larger role in 2022. We absolutely will admit that. He accounted for 37 touchdowns. Reminder, Will Howard had 33 touchdowns last season in total. Stetson Bennett threw for 4,000 yards, so I understand he played a massive role, but that was, again, a defensive-led football team, in my opinion, for a lot of different points during the year. Now, he definitely elevated them, but Stetson Bennett in 2022 did what was asked of him. But there was other guys around him that made him better, similar to Ohio State this upcoming season. In 2021, Stetson Bennett actually threw more touchdowns, far less yards, but that was a defensive-led operation. So I'm not trying to take anything away from a Stetson Bennett or a J.J. McCarthy or somehow water down their performances. But I think when you look at Will Howard and what it will take to be successful at Ohio State, it's not going to be a thing where you ask him to put the cape on every single Saturday to go win the ball game for you. Will there be plays? Will there be drives where, hey, Will, we need this first down, brother. Hey, Will, it's 4th and goal for the game in Columbus against Michigan. We need this one. On the road against Oregon, we need this one. There's absolutely going to be those moments. But I think the calling card for Ohio State, the strong hand of this football team, is going to be the defense and what they have in that backfield. So it'll still be, I think, a more exciting offense with Chip Kelly. I think it'll be a more wide-open offense with Chip Kelly. But I don't think it's going to be a, hey, get on my back kind of effort from Will Howard from the win at all. So I see the thought process there. I think what we saw in the spring game is going to be better in the fall. I don't think that's the end-all, be-all just yet. I don't think that's the final product just yet. But regardless, best part about college football, man, is we get to find out here when they actually play games. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.